everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Phoenix Draconis coming with you with another toy review video. As you can see, this week's video is focusing on the DC Multiverse Batman Beyond. And I have to say, just from what I'm looking in the package, I like what I see. Very, very reminiscent of his animated, variation of the character. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try and zoom in right there. And I just got a new new clamp for my ring light for my phone, and this thing is tight as hell. Now, as you can tell, as the light is hitting the face, you can see the outlines of his face in this variation. Now, I understand there were two variations. One that features more of the animated look, and the other one is more of the comic book look, which basically only shows the eyes, doesn't show the details of the face. However, I like this. I mean, this is very, very nice looking. I mean, I cannot say enough on that. And of course, it does show that big open window over here. And you see it wraps around here. Just got the, black border, Batman Beyond, DC Multiverse. And on the other side, you have a big, bold white letters against a dark background, Batman Beyond. And of course, you see the artwork on here, and that is very, very good artwork, and I'm liking it. I definitely have to go ahead and up my game in terms of, photographing some of the figures that I have. Adding on a green screen and, just doing some digital erasure, when it comes down to the flight stand, and adding on a really cool background. This is really cool. Now, of course, there are other figures in the DC line. You got the Flash, Gorilla Grodd, Bizarro Superman, John Stewart Green Lantern, and Nightwing. So that is, Now, granted, I'm very selective with the figures that I do get, and when it comes down to it, this just spoke out to me. Now, from what I understand, there are other figures from Batman Beyond, like I think Shriek, and I want to say Blight, but of course I could be mistaken about Blight. But I do know Shriek is part of this multiverse line, so I may get him as well. But we'll see what happens. So now, of course, there are 22 moving parts and 22 points of articulation. So we're going to try and check this out entirely. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and crack them open. All right, folks, there he is, out of his plastic prison and showing off basically. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, here we have, displayed in full, with basically everything that comes in the box. You have his nice little blast effects that they show. Now, these, as you can tell, have a pig, and they go underneath. So go ahead and plug those in. Now you're probably wondering, why does he have like two of them? Well, because basically they're for his jets. And let's see. So, in addition, let me take these off real quick, because I will pretty much display him with his increments, or however the hell you say it. Okay, pull those over there to the side. There we go. You have some articulated hands. Now these hands basically will go on his batarang. That's where he'll hold his batarang, which is pretty awesome. I really like that. So again, I'll pretty much take some images of that, and it's got two hands, so you can hold the batarang on either side. However, in addition to that, now I'm going to go ahead and put the bat over here to the side, and you have this nice little stand. Now, of course, he's got a card on there, but it's the stand that basically, you know, got me as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the look of the figure, the face he has and everything. But you know, he's got this nice little stand that you can put him in. So I'll pretty much be cutting that out in a moment. But of course, in the background, you see like a lot of covers, you know, from the Death of Superman, World's Comics, Superman, Justice League, Wonder Woman along the background. And then of course you have the amazing artwork that is on there. That is so awesome. Alrighty, so give me a moment. I want to go ahead and just cut out the stand, and we'll go ahead and continue with the review of the figure. Alright folks, thank you for allowing me the moment to go ahead and get him set up. I went ahead and put him on his little stand on there, and I adjusted his pose just to be more of a straight on shot. Now, as you can tell, he is very reminiscent, more like a homage to both the animated as well as to the DC Comics variation of, you know, Batman Beyond. So in this case, you got a lot of different, it's just very straight black on this body. You got the big bold red bat on the center of his chest. His utility belt, which is kind of supposed to be black in between the utility pouches, but it's red in this particular case. And of course, the gauntlets for the his bat talons here. And of course, I like the way they did his fingers. I want to go ahead and just bring that a little bit closer to you. And that is very awesome looking. Look at that molded detail in terms of the forearms. Very, very nice. And I think I like how they did the details of the musculature on his waist and along his sides. Very nice. And of course, the face. Let's not forget that brooding face right there. That is awesome, man. And I like how they molded the face, the mask in this particular case. Very, very awesome. I really like it. Now, of course, that goes without saying, though. Now, this is where, unfortunately, as much as I am gushing about this figure, I have to go ahead and, you know, bring up some of the drawbacks on this particular figure. And one of them happens to be the red wings here. And unfortunately, they are connected to the back, which honestly, and I've seen reviews of this, so I was very well aware of this particular issue. It's molded into the back, so even if I were to go ahead and heat this up and pull the wings out, you're still gonna have like a type of red, or not red, but this round circle in the middle of his back, which pretty much takes away from there. I really wish they had gone ahead and made the wings to where they are more of a, I want to say, not so much hard plastic, but you know, to where they connect to the arms and to the sides, not with a center peg, but sort of like how they had it with this, where you can just connect them inside the body, and then it's held by this black peg here on the back. And this is supposed to be black all the way around on the outside, and the center or the inside of the wings are supposed to be red. So, I mean, it's not like we saw the original animated series, and I keep on bumping into the light stand, so I do apologize. But, I mean, nonetheless, it is what it is. So that's the one drawback, and it will take off points, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and detach the wings, and we're going to go ahead and work out articulation. Now, because of these wings, they kind of, yeah, it gives them that red type of cape. Now, the joints are pretty stiff. That does allow 360, has that elbow bend, and it does allow some sort of butterfly in a way. You do have upper bicep rotation, and you do have a dumbbell hinge at the elbow, so he can really bend that elbow pretty well. Now, he does have wrist rotation, and speaking of wrists, he does have the option of removing his hands and putting his alternate. So this will give you his option of, it stayed on there for a while. Sheesh. Not sure why it's not doing it now, but hey. And he does, his wrist does tend to, I should say, it is able to arch up and down. So he does have a good range of motion in his hands. You know what, I'll deal with that later. Now, he does have a type of waist bend. Can turn at the waist like so. His leg can kick up, I want to say, alright, yeah, he's able to kick up a little under 90 degrees. Not able to kick back as much, mostly because of his fat butt. He does have double jointed knee, and he's able to kick his own ass. Yay! Self-ass kicking. What a gimmick. He can kick up, can kick back. He does have a toe hilt right here, and he does have a type of ankle tilt, but it's very limited, mind you. And yeah, he kind of looks like he's got a red cape. Even though the character design doesn't really call for it, he does look like he's got it, so yeah, that's pretty interesting right there. You know, so, and of course his head can go 360. Exorcist. He can look down a bit. He can look up. He's got a type of inquisitive head tilt. So, yeah. You know, all in all, it's not too bad. You know, the one thing that that will pretty much take it away is the fact that, you know, these wings are molded to the back, and like I said before, I've seen other reviewers, you know, go ahead and just plop, you know, they heat it up to where it would soften up that ring, and then you're able to pop it off, but you got that red ring. Now, I think on another review, I did see a reviewer go ahead and just shave that off, but if you're very skilled, then great. And you know, you can pretty much do something with the wings, you know, to where they're not exactly there. I mean, if you're great with customizing your figures, great, go for it. But if you're not, I personally would not advise it. I myself, I'm lucky enough I'm able to put on labels on my Transformers, much less doing a full customization. So other than that, I think that is all I have to say about that. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. Had to take a swig. I wonder, with the stand, more than likely he'll be able to do that kung fu kick. You know, so yeah, with the stand he's able to do it. I don't know, I like it. I'm gonna get him out so I can go ahead and just, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, much better. So as long as you have him on the stand, he can go ahead and do that kung fu kick. However, let's take him off the stand and see if he's able to stand up properly. And nope. So with stand, yes. Without, not so much. So give me a moment to go ahead, take a few shots so I can show off at the end of the video, and I'll give you my score and my final thoughts. All right, folks, there he is. This time I have him on his flight stand, so keep on hitting the damn light stand. But I mean, yeah, I mean, figure wise, I really like him. The thing with the wings, honestly, I think McFarlane Toys could have done better with that aspect, because I mean, personally, that is something that could have been done differently with the wings. But now, another thing is that this thing is extremely stiff, especially on the arms. I had that issue with Cyborg. If anyone has taken the opportunity to see that, you know, yeah, you'll know that that was a big issue, and that issue still remains. Like I said, a little stiffness is fine, but not to the point where you're afraid you're going to wind up breaking it. So that is my take on the figure. On a scale of 1 through 10, I'm going to have to give this an 8. In the box, it's a great looking figure and everything. Out of the box, again, it's still a great looking figure, but looks, unfortunately, are not everything. And the issue with the tightness, or over tightness in this particular case, and of course this issue with the wings, pretty much is going to be one that I'm not all that forgiving for. When it comes down to it, I think this is going to be an issue along the entire line. And personally, I think, like I said before, McFarlane could have done better in terms of the wing sculpt. But again, this is my personal take on the figure. It may be different for someone else, but after seeing a couple of reviews, and they're both saying the same thing about this wing issue, I'm going to have to agree on that. But again, that's my take on the figure. Have you yourselves gotten this figure? And if so, what's your take on it? I'd like to go ahead and start a discussion on this. So if you want, please leave me a message in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell icon, or click onto the bell icon, so you'll be notified on when I release new videos. This is Phoenix Draconis, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Peace.